Alright guys, we're going to compare these two titans of low power variable optics. These guys are both pretty much gold standards. We have the Swarovski Z6i 1-6 low power variable scope, and then we have the Vortex Optics Razor HG Gen 2 1-6, and that thing is a beast. It is like a tank. It is really popular in competitive shooting, and also police forces and military units use it, as far as I'm aware. This scope is pretty much best of the best when it comes to 1-6 low power variable optics. There's really not many people that are going to disagree with the fact that Swarovski makes incredible scopes and have for a very long time. But they also come with a price tag, so we're going to see what you get with that exponential jump in price. You have this scope. I'd say it's decently priced for what you get and how awesome it is. The amount of illumination, how rugged it is, and the clarity of the glass, which is just so huge when you're talking low power variable scopes, and how clear the 1X is. The illumination is huge. And both of these scopes were chosen by me first and foremost based on how great the illumination is, and they're both best in class in illumination. I honestly can't say one's better than the other when it comes to illumination. They get brighter than you need them to, so we'll put it like that. There is no need to make them any brighter than they are. The Swarovski, as you can see, has a lot different design than most when it comes to the brightness settings. So let's go over that real quick. On the top here, you have a little toggle, and on the sides, you have those little buttons. Your battery compartment is right on top instead of on the left side like most optics. Now let's see if I can get a good picture of this. There we go. You can see the little sun on the right, and there's a little moon on the left. I don't know if you can see it because it's in a bit of a shadow. There you go, you probably can see that. So there's a little moon on the left, little sun on the right, and that simply is a easy toggle between night and daytime brightness settings that it remembers. And this scope also has a shake awake technology where if you let it down and sit it there for a certain amount of time, the illumination will turn off, and then as soon as it senses motion, it turns right back on. And likewise, I believe if you hold the scope straight up and down, like vertical, as if you were hunting and you held your rifle high, I believe the reticle actually, the illumination will turn off as well. So this scope is very smart. It remembers your settings, and it also will shake on and off and turn on and off depending upon which way the scope is facing. That's pretty much all you need to know about this brightness setting on the Swarovski. There are no numbers. It just remembers. It just go. You can keep going up, keep going down. It will remember wherever you liked it. And this scope, the brightness settings are right here, and you pull out on this. Let me see. There we go. You pull out on this, and that unlocks it. And you can see right there, it even says unlocked. And it has brightness settings 1 through 11, and those little dots are off and on. The brightness settings have a very tactile click to them, and off, on, and so on and so forth. The actual one that's selected is down there. You can see the little dot right there next to my thumb, right there. Right now it's off, and then it will be on, off, and on. And then once you find a setting that you want to keep and you are afraid of this being bumped ever, you just push in on the outside of this. It's a little tight, as you can see, so it's never going to get bumped in or out accidentally. You have to really pull it in and out, and then there you go. So that's really great. They are both capped. This has like an aluminum capped knobs, and there you go. We have half MOA adjustments. Switch it right over here. These are actually plastic. They are polymer caps, very high quality, but they are polymer. That would help with the weight of this scope. The scope is very light, especially for the class. And so that's just plastic, and this is also half MOA clicks. On the right side, you actually have a place for an extra battery. So that is pretty awesome. That's a huge feature if you are dependent upon your illumination, which I use this scope pretty much as a red dot at all times, so I love having the extra battery right there. This one does not have an extra battery. You'll see I have a scope lever on this guy right here. This magnification is very tough to turn. This takes a lot of force. I mean, it's not like crazy to the extent of where you would find it super annoying, but if you don't have one of these scope levers, you are going to wish you had one. You're going to end up buying one no matter what. So that scope lever is a must on this scope. And going over to the Swarovski, this, you can see, I can move this with one finger. This is much easier to turn. It has a built-in scope lever kind of right there. This is a soft rubber material. It's really awesome. Really great forward thinking. But yeah, it turns much easier than your Vortex Razor. This, you really gotta wrench down to get this thing to move. So that's something to be noted. So let's go take a look at the reticles, and then we'll come back and final thoughts on these two scopes. Okay guys, let's check out the reticles. This is the good part. Let's see if we can get a good picture of each one. Alright, there's your Swarovski, and this is on 1 power. There you go. And then, let's see if we can't get, and there you go. There's the Vortex Razor. And this is with, obviously, with the illumination off. Again, there's your Swarovski. Oh my god, it's like clearer than real life. It's amazing. And there's your razor. Really nice field of view. But look at that. Oof. So good. So good. Alright, let's check out the illumination. And there's the illumination on the Swarovski. Nice bright orangey yellow dot. It's awesome. It gets super bright. That's not even the highest setting. The highest setting is, like I said, so bright, especially when you go all the way up. It's like you don't even want it that high. It's almost blinding. And then you can already see the razor, and there we go. The razor has a little bit more of a reddish tint, reddish yellow, whereas the other one's more of orangey yellow. And there's the 9 setting on the razor, and that's a good bright setting. Doesn't have like numbers and stuff, but that's the Z6i 1-6. I love the clear, crisp reticle, just simple. It's really nice not having all these lines in the way. The Vortex isn't too busy. If you can see, there are a couple ballistic drop lines, but it's not too crazy. So there's a good comparison of the views from each scope. Awesome. Awesome scopes. Friggin', you can see the Z6i is a little bit longer, and it weighs 10 ounces less, which is an absurd amount less, but amazing scopes nonetheless. So there's a good little comparison of the views through the scopes. Alright guys, we're back with these two amazing scopes. You could check out the reticles, see the illumination on the settings that I like to run them on. As I mentioned, the Swarovski is 10 ounces lighter. It is a huge make it or break it decision for me, and why I ended up choosing this for my overall optic. And I actually ended up selling this guy to a friend. Amazing optic, very clear glass as you can see, huge field of view, awesome brightness, which are the main selling points of these scopes. But when it comes to just all the features, the simplicity of turning the illumination on and off with this scope, and how amazingly light it is, and just how much more field of view and clarity you get for a little bit more money, it is so worth it to change it up. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this might have helped some guys that are looking for more of the expensive optics and really want something top of the line for their rifle. This is the scope that sits on my Scar 17S, so having quality glass for a quality rifle just makes sense. Alright guys,